You're welcome to this special edition of the Lawyers Alert live streaming. And this live streaming is done in commemoration of the International Day of Democracy, which is celebrated every 15th day of September. Yesterday was 15th, and yesterday was the International Day of Democracy. And so it's on this note that we are having this special edition. My name is Innocent Doris, and with me today is...
I'm OZOBULU.
And we are your hosts for today. We are going to be having a discussion around the International Day of Democracy. The theme for this year's International Day of Democracy is participation. And in line with this theme, our topic is going to be, or rather our topic is, citizen participation beyond the elections. Generally in Nigeria, citizens only come up to participate in every 4 years, that's during the elections. And we are here actually to let us know the various ways that we can participate in our governance, in our democracy, beyond the elections. So we're going to be talking about a few things. We're going to be defining democracy, we're going to be looking at participation, and then we're going to be looking at the various ways that citizens can participate in our democracy here in Nigeria beyond the elections. So Soto, please tell us, what is democracy?
Oh, democracy is a system of government. It's a system of government that gets its basis from citizens' participation. Like, it gets its legitimacy from citizens' participation. Therefore, it is right for me to say that without citizens' participation, you can't say there is democracy.
Wow, that's really interesting. So saying that participation is the hallmark of democracy, right?
Yes.
There's something I heard a while ago, TAP being the hallmark of democracy.
About TAP, TAP is not really the hallmark of democracy.
Okay.
But you can call TAP a litmus test.
Okay.
To check if democracy is actually in practice.
Alright, so what is TAP?
TAP is an acronym for transparency, accountability, and participation.
Wow.
So it's these three things put together. You use them to check if there's democracy. Like in Nigeria here, if everything we are seeing, everything our government is doing, everything citizens are doing, you cannot, if you check if the government, if they are accountable, if you can hold them accountable for the money, for the project, for everything they are doing. If you can hold them accountable, then it has passed the test.
Okay.
Then if they are transparent in everything, in awarding contracts, they are transparent, citizens have a say, like citizens can be like, this is what we want, this is what we want, like then you can say that there's accountability, you can say there's transparency.
Wow.
Then for partnership, that is when the citizens can come up to say, this is what we want, this is how we can go about doing it, because just like the definition for democracy, it is government for the people, of the people, and by the people. So everything still centers on the people.
Wow, that's quite enlightening. TAP, transparency, accountability, and partnership with the government, apparently.
Yes, with the government.
So you're going to tell us, how are we going to go about this participation? What's the discussion going to be hinged around?
Okay, citizens' participation. But when you hear the word citizens' participation, a lot of things comes to your mind. But let me help you narrow it down in two broad ways.
Okay.
One, citizens' participation in governance.
Okay.
Like citizens participating in what the government is doing. Like they follow up what government is doing, like monitoring, like they are involved.
Wow, I like
when
that
you
word.
say they are involved in what government is doing.
Okay.
And then the second part of it is when citizens themselves are playing out their civic responsibilities to the society.
Very important, because you know, we here in Nigeria, we love pointing at the government. now we know that we have a civic responsibility.
Yeah, aside pointing at the government, it's just a normal thing with humans. We like passing the blame.
Wow.
We don't like taking responsibility for the things we do. So that's just it.
Okay, so let's take the first one: monitoring the government, monitoring government projects, development, and all of that. So how do we participate in governance beyond the election when it comes to monitoring the government?
Okay, like you just used the word monitoring. I actually hinged on the word involved too.
Oh, involved.
So
Yes.
you involve and you monitor.
Okay.
And from involving, you can bring in citizens charter of demand.
Okay.
You don't just
please let's pause there. What is citizens charter of demand? Because I know what citizens charter of demand is, but our listeners really want to know what citizens charter of demand is.
Okay, thank you very much. Citizens charter of demand, it's more like a document,
okay,
that states what the people need. There's this thing that a man who lives in a mansion have a different need from the man from the woman at the street.
True.
So the citizens highlight their needs.
Okay. In a document.
In a document, and present it to their government. You tell your government this is not just coming on social media to say we want this, we want that, or coming through some any other means that is not legal. Okay. You can legally put your needs in a document. You are the ones that elected these people for crying out loud. Okay. So once you write down the things you need, like the citizens can have a forum, discuss, draft this document, and present it to the government. If you remember what happened in Benue State, but that happened before the election, when TMG, Transition Monitoring Group, had to sit down with civil societies, media, people from different walks of life. They sat down and discussed on what the people actually need.
Wow.
And they put it in a documentary form, and they presented it to the government aspirants. So anybody that comes into power will know that this is what the people want.
Wow, this is really interesting. I hope you're actually getting something from this citizens charter of demand. So it's a document presented by the people to the government, telling them these are the things that we need you to do for us.
Yes.
Wow, that's good. You know, because this is just talking about being involved.
Yes.
Yeah, being involved. So when the people present this to them, it means that people are being involved in the way that the governance is run.
Yes, and for me, it's from that when the citizens have presented their charter of demand to the government, and the government is not living up to expectation. From there, you're already monitoring them. Like you're saying, this is what they are not doing right. This is what they are doing right, and then you cannot. After the next 4 years, there comes the election, which is just a little tiny phase of democratic system. You cannot be like, no, this person did not meet up with my charter of demand. This person did not meet up with our charter of demand. It's either we are going to, let's give him a second try to see if it will work, or no, you did not even meet half of it. Like, you know, this is it. And that brings me down to OGP too. Open Government Partnership.
Wow. Let's slow down here. Okay, so we are done with citizens charter of demand. So we looked at presenting it to the government. That's getting involved. And we looked at monitoring the process. What would I call it now? The progress of the government in following up with this charter of demand. Because I believe that the government is here to work for the people. And so when the charter of demand comes, it's more like people helping the government to actually do what they want. Wow, that's interesting. So first the people get involved, but then the government, we have elected you. These are the things we want you to do for us. These are our needs.
And it actually helps too, because you know it helps the government too. Let's not just look at how it helps the people. It equally helps the government. Because it helps them not to engage in projects that are not useful to the people. It's just like when a place, what they really need is light. And then you're coming to build roads for them. You've not solved their problem. So it helps the government to streamline their ideas, to streamline their government into getting the people impressed with them, so that they will not go on ghost chase trying to find out what is it.
Wow. So that would really help the budgeting, because you know it will help to manage the resources of the country, of the state. Wow, that's amazing. Okay, so I think we're done with charter of demand now. I totally understand now that we get involved and then we monitor the progress of our charter of demand to see that the government is actually meeting up to the things that we told them that we need from them. And then we also use that as a yardstick to measure how good and how far and how well the government has been doing, so that it will help us decide whether to retain them at the end of 4 years,
Oh,
kick them out.
Exactly. Dismiss them.
Or dismiss them.
Right,
Okay. All right. You were talking about OGP. Yes.
Yes.
Enlighten us on that.
The thing about this life is that one thing is woven into the other.
Wow.
OGP simply means, like I have said earlier, open government partnership.
Okay.
And if you remember when I said what makes democracy legit is partnership.
Partnership.
And then if it's partnership and the citizens can be involved when they partner.
Yes, true.
They can only be involved in governance when they partner with the government.
Okay.
And this is done by the citizens having the same quota with the government in decision making, in policy making, in decision making as to awarding contracts, budgeting, and all that. And then policy making for the legislation, because sometimes in Nigeria we forget that we have 3 arms of government.
Yes.
We actually forget. We think that the people that are our major problem are the executives.
Yeah, true.
But they are not just our problem. What of the people that make our laws?
Okay.
If the laws they make are not favorable, if it's only favor the big wigs, then they've not done what they are sent there to do too.
And they're also elected, by the way.
And exactly, and they're also elected. So the same way you present your charter of demand to the executive, you present your charter of demand to the legislature too. So that it will be a balance. Like if I'm going to represent you in the house, I already know why you sent me in the house.
Wow.
So I can be speaking from the angle of the people I am representing.
Wow. Wow. I think I like this. Well, let's have a little recap here. So OGP is about partnership. So it's about being involved in government.
Yes.
So while citizens are being involved in the government, they are aware, they are put abreast. I think that's where transparency comes in.
Yes, that's where transparency. Yes.
So the government tells us we are bidding for so project, and then the contractors come, and then they say we are awarding so amounts,
exactly.
And then the people are watching the contractor that has been given the award.
And the good thing about all this thing is, if the people are watching the project, the people can report to the government.
Wow.
See, this person you awarded this contract is not doing exactly what you said the person should do. And then the government can, because the truth is, these people cannot be at the same place. They cannot be at different places at the same time.
Wow, you just reminded me of something. You know, I used to stay in a place where the government will award contracts to a contractor, and then at the end of the day, we see them using cement and rent.
They use inferior materials.
No, inferior materials would be like it's on a different class of its own. But cement and gravel to make roads. What happened to coal?
And then sometimes they will give them projects to actually I don't know the perfect word to use, but it's not like making a new road, like scrapping the old one, and they come and patch.
Yes, that's true. I also see that happen. And there's another one that really pissed me off. You know, the other day I was going somewhere and I saw them using wood. You know, there are some wood, fat wood, but this one was a tiny wood for an electric pole. And I'm like, what's going on here? This thing has actually caused the death of a number of people somewhere in Port Harcourt a few years back. I was a boarder and my family was supposed to come visit me. And then there was rain, heavy downpour, and then the electric pole fell on the road and killed a couple of people. Some people lost their lives that day. And since then, the government really took it serious. And since then, you don't see wooden electric poles on that side of town anymore, and even in the general roads. No, you don't see. Even in the streets, it has to be cement that they use for the electric poles in that part of town. Yes.
So, but that for me, that is just basically what everything. You not just being involved, you become the eye of the government.
Wow.
You become the eye of the government.
Like
yes.
That.
You don't just, and then when you need to speak, when you need to criticize, because nobody's entirely good.
Yeah.
Nobody's entirely good, and that brings me to the freedom. Yes. Because sometimes when for there to be transparency, for there to be transparency, and for citizens to be involved in what government is doing, sometimes there are some documents you will require to track and monitor what government is doing, and it will be very difficult for you to put put your hands on this document? Like, it will be very difficult for you to put your hands on this document.
I'm thinking you're talking about the FOIA.
Yes.
Freedom of Information.
Yeah, exactly.
I personally think that every citizen of this great country should have the FOIA in their pocket, on their phones. You can buy the hard copy on your tablet and your laptop, because this is a document, this is an act that gives us access to any government information that we see, because we have the right to actually ask for this information.
That's transparency.
That is also a part of participation.
Yes,
that's part of participation. When we have this information at our fingertips, we can engage the government. Yeah, that's
constructively engage the government.
Very
Let's
true.
not forget that.
Yes, because Nigerians, we like to be happy people. So,
so you can constructively engage the government. If the government is not doing it right, you can constructively criticize the government for them to betray themselves. Because it's when you criticize a man, they take a step. So that's just what it is.
Wow. Okay. Wow. We've gotten a lot from this part one. The first one, you talked about the Citizens Charter of Demand,
exactly.
And then we talked about the OGP,
exactly.
Which is about partnering with the government, having an equal voice, and then being the eye of the government wherever we are, being involved. And then we've talked about FOIA right now, that helps us to have access to government documents, have access to the instruments of governance. Wow, this is quite interesting. So
on the line of participation, we can actually bring citizens equality.
Wow.
We can actually bring citizens equality.
That sounds more like social justice.
Yes.
Okay.
In the eye of the law, every man is equal, and every man should be treated equally. Every man should be treated equally. And the laws has provided that all men are the same. They should be treated equally. And the laws provide for such too.
Wow. That's really true. That's really true. So we are saying that in this democracy, everyone is equal.
Yes.
And this democracy, the government is for the people, by the people, and of the people.
Exactly.
Okay, I think we have thoroughly treated the participation of the people in the government. On that one side, we talked about engaging the government, monitoring the progress of the government, and that these are the ways that Nigerians can participate in democracy beyond the election period.
Okay, so before we round that up, I want to say a little thing.
Okay.
It might transcend being a little thing, but it's very important.
All right.
In as much as citizens try to participate in government by doing all these things, government themselves must be willing to be open.
Very important.
They need to be willing to be open. There's a cry out for government to be open to the people, for the people to know exactly what is going on at each point in time, because this is what will help them to participate.
Wow.
Because
That's very key.
If government themselves are not open, it becomes a very difficult terrain to trend on.
Wow.
So there's a cry out to government today as we celebrate the International Day of Democracy. There's need for the government to equally embrace democracy.
That's very important, because our democracy needs to be legitimate. So our government, we are imploring you, we are joining you to please be open to the people, because we put you there. We entrust you to represent us and actually do for us the things that we need you to do for us. You are when you say ministers, you're the servant of the people. And from what I've read and what I know, what I've come to understand, that servant leadership is the best form of leadership.
Exactly.
Because when you are involved with the people that you're representing, you are able to do way more.
Yes.
Because when you stand alone, you can only go fast, but you cannot go far. So it's very important that the government be open to the people. So please, state governments, federal government, we implore you to please be open to the people. Be open to the people, so that our Nigerian democracy can actually be participatory and have tap as a yardstick to measure democracy.
Exactly.
So down to the second part. I think we're done with the first, right?
Yes.
So the second part, we talk about civic responsibility of the people. I'm interested in this, because we're talking about the government. So let's hear.
Okay.
What do we have to do?
Okay, like I earlier said before, it's easier for us to point fingers.
True.
It's easier for us to
pass
the blame, like you said. Yes, it's easier for us to do that, and we forget that we have a role to play too.
I'm interested in this.
We have a role to play too.
Mm-hmm.
When there's traffic lights and government said, when government have installed traffic lights, all you need to do is to follow it.
Yeah, true.
And then you don't.
Yeah.
You're not living up to your own expectation as a citizen.
Mm-hmm.
And when they say, do not drop refuse here, and then you drop it there, you're providing more work. The resources that should be put in putting light for you, government is using it to clear the dumps you put in place.
Wow. So, if I'm trying to understand what you're saying, we have resources as a democratic government, as a democratic people, as a people that are practicing democracy. We have resources, and we also have a part to play in the equal distribution of these resources, in the management of these resources, and in the implementing of these resources. I don't know if I got that right.
No.
Like in dispensing these resources, I think that's a better word to use. So you're saying that we should play our part and do the right things that we ought to do, like disposing refuse properly, obeying traffic lights,
and then so many other things. Like, when you're driving, obeying driving signs.
Okay.
When road safety stops you and tell you, and you're not with your driver's license, or you're not roadworthy and all that.
Okay.
These are the things we need to do as citizens.
Oh, something just cropped up. What about paying our taxes?
Exactly. Very important. We cannot avoid paying our taxes too.
Yes.
We need to start paying our taxes, because when you don't pay tax and you're saying, our government, we have this amount of money, where's the money gotten from? This money is a larger amount of money is gotten from tax to run a country. So there's need for us to pay our taxes.
Wow, I'm liking this. Okay, first, the government has to be open to us, and then we also need to participate. And part of our participation includes the civic responsibility to pay our tax.
Yes.
Wow, I'm loving this. What about the civic responsibility to constructively criticize government? I think it falls under this one more than that one. I'm personally for that one. I mean, I don't like to blame the government, but I'll say that they have the bulk of the work to do. So I think they should also be open to criticisms, because the only way we can grow as a country, the only way we can get more developed, we can progress, is when we accept constructive criticisms and we work on them and we move forward.
Exactly.
So I think that's it. But is there any other thing that we can do to participate as citizens, as citizen groups, as a people in government and democracy besides elections?
Okay, it's just like when you can help Mr. A, why say the government is not helping him?
Oh, so you're saying we should be our brother's
Yes,
keeper?
we should learn to be our brother's keeper.
Okay.
There's need for us to learn that, because that is a vital thing that is missing in our society now.
Wow.
Take for instance those in the IDP.
Yeah.
Some people see that their civic responsibility to take things to them.
Wow.
While others feel it is the government's responsibility to take care of the IDP.
Wow.
In as much as it's the government's responsibility to do that, you can still be of help.
Yeah, from what I even hear, it's an overwhelming challenge for the government to actually take care of these IDPs. So, good-hearted Nigerians, please, let's be our brothers' keepers. Is there a human rights part to this participation beyond the election for us?
Apart from the fact that government needs to be transparent,
okay,
that is one thing they owe the people. The people have the right to ask questions.
So it is our right.
Yes, it is
our human right.
Yes, it is
to ask questions.
Yes.
And get answers and get redress.
Yes, but in asking questions, I must put, if you must ask questions, ask constructively.
And cautiously.
And cautiously too.
Okay.
Don't just come out
not cautiously like being afraid, like cautiously, like doing it in a nice way. Yeah.
But you know what you're asking for.
Yes. Let's not be rowdy about it. We need to be
civil.
Yes, that's the word.
Let's be civil in
Wow.
relating with our government. Let's
Yes.
be civil in relating with them.
Wow.
And choice of words matter too.
Yeah, very important.
In anything you're doing with, and in you're dealing with humans, choice of words. Because we know how we are pained when government use the wrong words to describe us.
True.
Same, it's both ways.
True.
Therefore, as citizens, for us to participate, for us to make our nation a better one, for us to make our country a better one, for us to make our state a better one, we need to participate.
Yes.
And for us to participate, we need to criticize. We need to be the eye of the government. We need to present what we need.
We need to be an arm of the government.
Oh, yes.
I think I just got that from what you said.
Okay, so we need to really be involved in day to day. Let's not just wait till election time, and even after election, instead of us to
go back
instead of us to hit the present government with our needs, we're still crying over spilled milk of the result of the election. Like, I'll be like, really, like months are going, years are passing, we're still talking about
like what next?
The next question should be what next? Even if the electoral tribunal should come, at least the little time the president stays in power, engage the person.
Very
important. Make something useful with that.
Yes, you have the right to engage the government because they are our representative. We have the right to engage them. They are representatives. We sent them there. They are there for us. So we must learn to participate in governance so that we can have a legitimate democracy. To wrap this up, is there anything you have to say?
Okay, I don't have much to say. The only thing I can say is everything goes hand in hand.
Wow, the rights and the duties.
And the duties, yes.
Okay.
The rights, the duties, and the obligations.
Wow.
They all go hand in hand. Because if government is transparent and citizens don't want to participate,
there's
no democracy. And then if government is trying to use, that reminds me.
Okay.
Citizens themselves must learn how to develop their mind.
Wow.
They must learn how to develop their mind. So even if government wants to use them, they can stand and be like, no, I stand for the people. Because there are so many instances of people having double standard, showing double standard. Once the government be like, okay, you stand for the people, okay, come and represent the people. The person automatically stands for himself.
Wow. Okay.
So there's need for us to remove double standard. It is difficult. It's easier said than done.
Okay.
But there's need for us to work. Like the Frenchman would say, "Petit à petit, que le oiseau fait son nid," meaning little by little, a bird lays its egg. So we need step by step. A little drop of water makes an ocean. Okay. So if we start from today to engage our government, drop our needs, call up town meetings, peaceful town meetings.
Okay.
Call up peaceful town meetings, discuss the progress of our country, the progress of our state, then call our lawmakers. Our lawmakers, there's need for us to really engage them because the judiciary cannot be it cannot be effective seen to display justice if there's no justice in the written law.
True.
Law is different from emotions and morality. That is just the truth.
Okay. So
there's a need for them to make our laws, that our written laws,
with the present
day.
Wow.
So there's need for them to evolve so that citizens' participation in this 21st century will actually be citizens' participation in the 21st century.
Wow.
That's all I have to say.
This has really been quite enlightening. You heard it first from Lawyers Alert. We are celebrating the International Day of Democracy, and we have learned so much about participation in the past minutes, and I hope you have been able to get something tangible from this. We hope that you will run with this wherever you are, and let's make Nigeria great again. Let's do something better for our society. Thank you for.
And then if you have any questions, we will be so glad to receive your question. If there's anything we've said that you're not clear about, you can pop in your questions. I'll be very glad to respond to them. Thank you.
Wow. Thank you very much. We hope to catch you some other time. Thank you for tuning in. Bye.
Bye.
Let us say have a great week.